G'day, folks. This is Boozer. And I'm Bam.
Thank you, ma'am.
And this is the Morning Blitz. Thank you for joining us this morning at 990 The Grind, your fourth best source for news, traffic, and weather in the Tri-City area. The smell of fresh coffee permeated the small studio. Two radio hosts sat across from each other at recording stations. Greetings from listeners started scrolling up the text boards. I gotta tell you, Bam, I got pretty blitzed last night. Well, now that is surprising, boozy old buddy. But the good people need a pick-me-up, so let's get right to it. Rise and shine? That's right, an arousing game of Rise and Shine. Our perfect producer Pauline will pull up some random phone numbers for us. Bam gave a thumbs up to the woman in the next room, operating the mixing console. For those of you new to the showgram, Rise and Shine is a public service we put on to ensure that each and every one of you is a contributing, productive member of society. If we're awake, you're awake. It doesn't take much to get a rise out of me in the morning, I tell you what. Messages like, I love this game, and you guys are the best, crawled up the text boards. So the area code stays the same, but it's a complete jumble otherwise. People sure do say interesting stuff when they're still half asleep. Pauline connected the random number to the two shock jocks. It rang for quite some time until finally someone picked up.
Hello?
A voice mumbled on the other end. Boozer dropped the pitch of his voice and spoke in a formal, drawling voice. Yes, good morning, sir. This is Henry Odell of the Walter and Odell Funeral Home. I am pleased to inform you have won our annual sweepstakes giveaway.
What the hell? It's 6:30 in the morning.
Yes, sir. We're just getting done the graveyard shift, you see. Boozer cracked up, so Bam stepped in. Hello, sir. You're on speakerphone. This is Gregory Walter.
Yes,
Walter.
whatever. What scam have I supposedly won?
We would like to offer you our premium funeral service package, free of charge.
Great, this is exactly my kind of luck.
Boozer chimed back in. Now, would you like the prize for yourself or as a gift for a friend? The man laughed ruefully.
That's messed. You guys are pulling my leg.
They were losing him, so Bam swept in for the finisher. This is the premium package, so we have to schedule well in advance. When exactly were you planning to pass on, sir? A click, and the line went dead. Chuckles burst from the two as lulls poured in from listeners. Still laughing, Bam started reading off texts. Terry writes in, you should have strung him along longer, but great job. Well, thanks, Terry. We got a text from Abby saying, this is my first time texting in. You guys are horrible people. She should enjoy the feeling. I doubt Abby's got many first times left. Heyo. Sit tight. Up next is traffic. Boozer watched the on-air sign dim as Pauline cut to commercial. The crew sipped coffee and browsed their phones during the break. Their correspondence reporter would be giving a live traffic update for exactly 30 seconds, plus the commercial. Pauline finished queuing up a new number to call before the ball passed back to them. They went to live, and the host snapped into their radio personas. News next in 5, but we still have time for one more call. Their producer connected the call. The first ring hadn't even finished before a demanding voice erupted from the line. "Shall I send cleaning services to this number then?" The first rule of improv is yes and Boozer was a pro. They spoofed their own phone number for these sorts of games, so he felt safe they wouldn't end up getting charged for anything. Yes. And make it snappy. "Very well. Use Cipher 5A for identification in this ticket," said the cool, professional voice. Bam was going to say something about his sponge bath being a little too rough last time, but the call cut off. Sorry folks, that was weird. We still have time for one more short one." "Ha, that's what Mrs. Bam said." The two started ripping on each other, and Bam went to read off more texts to kill time. "That guy was freaky," says one listener. "Yeah, he sure was." Someone else says, "Don't leave the station." "Okay, we can't leave until the show's done, but thanks anyway." "Mrs. Bam is a saint," says another. "Yes, she absolutely is." Let's see. Bam nearly read aloud another "Don't leave the station." As he skimmed the text board, more and more of the messages simply said, "Don't leave the station." Boozer shot him a nervous look and mouthed, "What the fuck?" from across the desk. Over Boozer's shoulder, Bam saw Pauline jolt upright in her chair, as if startled by a noise. A bald man in a suit walked into the center of the control room and stared at her expectantly. Bam pointed at the scene playing out on the other side of the glass, and Boozer turned. The hosts abandoned their show to question the intruder, but halted when he brandished a gun. He held it on Pauline and waited once again. His mouth never moved to make a demand. Pauline soundlessly screamed and pressed herself into the corner, trying to get as far away as possible. The muzzle flashed, and a spray of blood splashed the window. Pauline fell out of sight. The door to the recording studio began to open. Another bald man in a suit was halfway in when Boozer rammed his weight into the door. He held his back against the door as they assailed it from outside. Bam went to his cell phone to find his password was incorrect. He forced himself to enter it slowly, but his phone would not unlock. He was positive he put in the correct password. The man in the control room walked over to the window and viewed them passively, like he was watching animals in an exhibit. Half a dozen people in white hazmat suits poured into the control room and started wiping down surfaces. They diligently worked around the man in the suit to clean the line of blood on the window. Two of the workers dragged Pauline's body out in a large plastic bag. The radio host braced the door handle with a chair and backed away. The bald man stood over the control console and spoke into his wrist. The banging on the door stopped. He casually started flipping switches and turning dials. "Please, this isn't a joke," Bam pleaded into the microphone. "Send police to the 990 news station." "What's going on? LMAO and you guys are too much were awash in a sea of "Don't leave the station" messages, flooding the text board. Their feed was cut, and the on-air sign dimmed.